Thanks, Brendan. Hi guys, so I'm Dan, this is Rajat. So we're here to talk to you today about, harvesting your organic growth in the AI era with custom GPTs. So just a quick history lesson. Over the last, say, 15, 20 years, or really since Google was launched, they've kind of had a monopoly on the search market. Their closest competitor, Bing, has really been struggling to gain any sort of market share. This is something Caitlin told us about already earlier. So there's been nothing that they need to be really stressed about, and they've basically been printing money. But then ChatGPT came along and put a bit of a spanner in the works. Everybody knows who ChatGPT is, so I don't need to elaborate. This caused Google to panic because their closest competitor, Bing, jumped into bed with ChatGPT and implemented ChatGPT into their search engine. You can see a quick screenshot of what that looks like. It's basically ChatGPT that we all know and kind of tolerate. It looks very, very similar to that at the moment. So Google being Google, they reacted. They weren't going to take this line down. So they scrambled internally and they worked on what's called Bard, which then became Gemini, and has since transformed into what's now known as Search Generative Experience. So this is the future of search as Google sees it. And as of I/O this week, Google is actually rolling this out in the States, and it will be rolled out worldwide as in the coming months as well. So this caused SEOs to panic because Google makes our job hard as it is, and this is going to make our job even harder, but there's ways around it. So there was a lot of hype when SGE launched, and this is normal in the SEO industry. So basically, you can see some of the clickbait headlines there. Will AI replace SEO professionals? Is SEO dead? And that's basically the kind of narrative that's been put out as well.
So all this chatter about SEO being dead, right? This is working right now. So all this chatter about SEO being dead, this has happened before. Like in 2011, Google released the Panda update meant to target keywords, spammy keyword infusion, and kill the ways of SEO as we know it. But did that kill SEO? No, it did not. Or in 2012, when social media was supposed to kill search advertising and render your organic acquisition strategies to become useless. But have they become useless today? Wow, I did not expect that. This was not real. Last one as well. This is beautiful. Or in 2016, right, when voice search was supposed to revolutionize search as we know it and kill SEO in the process. But did it kill SEO in the process? No. It's beautiful. So now I've forgotten what I was supposed to say. It's come back to me. So what we're trying to say is that organic search is a crucial part of your customer acquisition journey, and optimizing for organic search was relevant and continues to be relevant in this new era of search that we're headed towards. So every time we hear this chatter about SEO being dead, all we really want to tell people is, please calm down. Take a chill pill, because we know that we're at the cusp of change with SGE and AI being integrated into search, and that is going to change your customer behavior. And to understand the impact that it will have, right, we decided to do what we do best, which is a bit of testing in the wild. Now, these tests were done in the States using a VPN, because that's where SGE was being rolled out in beta mode, as Dan told you, and as Google I/O this week. All the bits that we're going to take you through from here onwards, that's actually going to happen, and SGE is going to become more important than ever. So it's really important to first understand what exactly is SGE. And it is nothing, but it's essentially a featured snippet on steroids. So if you search for a generic query or certain types of generic queries, this is what your SGE or AI snapshot looks like. And this is what your regular snapshot looks like below it. So reiterating what I said earlier, it's a featured snippet on steroids. And like all steroids, it can have an impact on your performance. It's turning into a stand-up show. I'm liking this. So to understand the impact SGE or AI can have on your organic acquisition strategies, right, we decided to work with this impact assessment checklist to understand the impact AI can have on your top of funnel, mid funnel, and bottom of funnel queries. So if you search for a generic top of funnel query like cafes near me, this is what your SGE snippet looks like, and this is what the regular SERP looks like, an exact duplicative experience. Now, if you're a brand smart like Coffee Commissary over here, you get the chance to double your real estate. But Google being Google, they're all about experience, so there's a possibility that it decides to keep one experience over the other. But in the odd case that it doesn't decide to do that, you get double the chance to rank organically, meaning double the chance to cover real estate on SERPs and grow the mental availability in the mind of the target consumer. Now, for your mid-funnel queries, though, the scenario is a bit different, right? If you search for a query like best accounting software, this is the SGE snippet, and this is what the regular SERP looks like, not a duplicative experience. The SGE snippet summarizes information about the target query in one place, resulting in a more informed customer who can then either choose a solution or decide to compare solutions in a bit more detail. So our hot take on this is that you will result with a more educated customer and informed customer on the website who can then be tailored down the customer journey funnel using a more tailored mid-funnel content optimization strategy. And for your bottom of funnel queries, like your transactional and commercial queries, this is what the SGE snippet looks like, and this is what regular SERP looks like, and this is the game changer because your SGE snippet is mimicking a category or a PLP page altogether. And on a bit more analysis, we figured out that they were limited to no ads within the SGE, meaning there is definitely the possibility that your category or PLP pages may lose out on traffic and revenue, but your optimized product pages can make up for this loss. And given the fact that there is limited ad presence within the snippet, organic shopping is going to become more important than ever. And probably the most important learning, right, that we found from our analysis and even from external research was the fact that the SG snippet and links in the SG snippet were being generated from 6 out of top 10 organic listings on regular SERPs, meaning optimizing from an organic search perspective for regular SERPs is still going to be important as that impacts your ability to capture real estate within the SG snippet.
Yeah, so as Rajat has just mentioned, all of this is great because search, although it's evolving, it's still going to be really important in marketing channels, marketing strategies. It's still going to generate one of the highest ROIs from any channel as well. So we need to really, really focus on SEO, although it's going to change. So having learned all of this, like what do we do? How do we implement change for our clients? And how do we stay on top of things? So our first learning was to optimize for intent and not just keywords. So this graph shows that roughly 60% of searches that are performed today are what we call long tail queries. So they're not your generic 1, 2, 3 word searches. So optimizing for these queries is going to become even more important than it currently is. And we do that through focusing on the middle of the funnel. So again, Rajat mentioned this is where the big change is going to happen. And this is where the magic happens as well, because in the middle of the funnel, we have people who are already in the market for a product or service, but they're not looking for a specific brand. So as marketers, we have the opportunity to educate them using really, really helpful content that targets these long tail keywords. And then once they reach our website, hopefully our website or our clients' websites, they'll be much better informed to make their purchase decision. The second learning is to speak the language of search engines. And as Rajat mentioned, at the SGE snippet, it's not really showing any ads. That may change, but at the moment, it's not showing any ads. It looks very much like Google Shopping. So as SEOs, we know how to optimize for Google Shopping to appear for things like star ratings, to appear for things like price information, and to include stock information in our search results. And we do that using structured data. I'm not going to go too techie with that today. We have a resident tech structured data expert, Ian. You can grab him after the break if you want. So yeah, we need to focus on structured data to help appear in organic shopping search results. And the last but not least learning, so think beyond textual content. So we've already had a big talk about SEOtial, and this is just repeating what the guys have already said. So we're currently seeing TikTok appear more and more in Google search results. And also in the SGE snippet on the right here, you can see they're actually pulling in a YouTube short. So we searched for how to drink whiskey, and they're showing us this small video on how to order whiskey. And based on the research from Gen Z, we know that this is going to appeal to them because they want easily digestible content. So we know that the next generation of search is here. It's coming in the next few months. If you're in the US, it is already rolling out, and it has AI infused into it. So we already have just learned how we can optimize for that. But being Wolfgang, we've got our 4 pillars, and we love to innovate. So we want to stay on top of things. Everyone else is going to do them tactics as well. So we need to focus on how we can be at the next level for our clients.
And the answer that we came up with was, let's just use the robots to appease the robots. Simple as that. So in come custom GPTs into this phase that we're thinking about, right? On 6th November 2023, OpenAI introduced the world of custom GPTs to the world. And what custom GPTs really are, they're bots you can create whose functionality, personality, and behavior can be customized to meet specific needs and requirements. And when we read this, we were like, great, let's just go ahead and make our own Wolfgang bot. And that's what we did. we went ahead and made a custom GPT to enhance our content optimization processes. Now, in order to create any bot, right, you need to provide it with the right kind of training material. So we fed this bot with 3 essential data points. Number one, we fed it with the search ranking guidelines. So elements like guidelines needed to rank for helpful content, EEAT guidelines, and the 200 plus ranking factors needed to rank organically were fed into it. Number two, we know that every brand is nuanced, so we need to kind of tailor our optimizations accordingly. So we fed elements like a brand's USPs, tone of voice to it to add that level of uniqueness and personalization to every optimization. And last but not the least, and probably the most important element we fed to it, was the brain of the Wolfgang SEO team. So elements like trademark, keyword research techniques, content optimization technique, content auditing techniques were fed into it, and this took our optimizations to the next level. So we got all this in place, and we needed to test this out, right? So we have this really amazing client that we work with, Zurich Island. I know Sean and Emer are out here. They're amazing partners to work with. So, but there was a slight challenge that we had, that we weren't able to have consistent real estate on SERP for generic high-intent queries mapped to pension-related searches, right? So we said, great, let's just put our little custom GPT to test. And we asked the custom GPT to share recommendations to restructure and optimize the content copy to make it search compliant. And it gave those recommendations, and then we worked in tandem with the team at Zurich and added our own human element or human expertise to it. And by implementing these recommendations, right, we saw an immediate uplift in generic keywords mapped to pensions that were mapped to that particular landing page. And we got loads of real estate over here, as you see, these new queries that we previously didn't have any visibility on. And a direct correlation was the fact that after the restructure went live with these recommendations, it directly correlated to an uptake in click share. And it wasn't just that. The most important element was the fact that we saw a 183% year-over-year uplift in leads driven by that particular map page. So we weren't just driving high-value traffic to the site, we were driving high-quality and high-value traffic to the website. So by integrating AI into our ways of working, right, we're not just able to scale efficiencies, but we are able to kind of scale efficiencies with extreme accuracy and reliability. Now, there are loads more things we can do with this. We are in the process of integrating AI and custom GPTs into our content auditing processes, technical auditing processes, brief curation processes. And why are we doing this? Now, we said this on stage last time as well. And AI can analyze and optimize hundreds of data points all within a matter of few seconds. This is something you and I cannot do. And by integrating AI into our ways of working, we're kind of future-proofing ourselves and our clients for this new era of AI-powered search that we're headed towards. Because even with these changes, right, the SEO industry is expected to grow by 45% in CAGR over the next 4 years. So the one thing for sure is that we need to be able to brace ourselves for change, because change is inevitable, it is constant, and with Google I/O this week, we already see change happening all around us. AI is going to impact your organic acquisition strategies. Now, whether it impacts it for the better or for the worse, that's a choice for you to make, and we're here to help you navigate through that journey. Thank you.